And we start another tournament with more fatalities. We headed right into this bracket of the SHAGGIN Wagons tournament. We have 16 awesome station wagons competing here in this event today. First up, we have the 2012 BMW 3 Series Touring, followed by the Datsun 510 wagon with FTEs. And next up, we have the BMW M3 in beautiful red. That's M3 wagon, of course. And last up, for you American fans, we have the good old classic Chevy Nomad. We're gonna run these 4 cars, and then we'll meet group number 2. It's front right position, the Datsun 510, BMW Touring in the left side, M3. We're gonna call it the BMW and then the M3. How about that? The Datsun 510 over the jump. We have a new track configuration. They're going to turn away from us and then come back right towards us over this ski whoop-de-doop-de jump and down towards the finish line. And yes, the finish line jump is still there, folks. The Datsun 510 spins around backwards and takes race number 1. Then there's the black BMW, followed by the red BMW and the classic Nomad in last place. Don't worry, folks. That Nomad can still come back. He started in the back right position. That is the worst place to start for him. This is still anyone's game. The BMW 3 Series Touring is out front, getting pushed by the Datsun 510. Datsun 510 trying to go on the outside. 510 wagon over the jump, bumping into the 3 Series Touring. M3 on the outside, trying to get by the Datsun. Can't get by. Down across the finish line. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Datsun 510 flies up the track and smashes into people. Oh my gosh, whoa! You hate to see that happen. First, that guy in that red hat right there. The fence was taken out. Then we have scratches on our Subaru parked right there at the Monster Energy WRC shipping container facility. And of course, we have the waivers signed. Don't you worry, everybody. The digital waivers were signed electronically via the interwebs. The classic Nomad, told you once he gets out front, he is absolutely flying out there. No one's going to catch him. Down towards the finish line, Datsun 510 in reverse. Oh, Datsun 510 takes out another man. Oh my gosh. In reverse, can't see where he's going, takes out a guy cheering, then takes out a cameraman. Ooh, it's bloody and gory down there, folks. You hate to see that happen to these amazing spectators. Yet they keep coming back to this open circuit track. We're out of there for race number 4. Who's keeping track of points? Everybody, because now we have a scorecard in between races. Who likes the new format where we see the score in between each race so we know who's on top and who's on second and what's on third and who's ahead in the pack? Instead of 4 straight races and then showing you the score, we're going to show you the score every single race from now on. Thank you very much for my editor who is actually putting in the work to add those scorecards. Thank you very much. The BMW 3 Series Touring moves on to the next round, and the Datsun 510 moves on. And then we head into group number 2. We have the Volvo 240 Drift Wagon in the first place position, and then another Datsun 510 wagon. That one, folks, has a metal base. And then one of many of the 1994 Audi Avant RS2, and last but not least, the Porsche Panorama Turbo S. That one's long wheelbase, looking good, but we know those Datsun 510s are awesome on this track, and that one in particular has a metal base and weighs just a little bit more than these other cars. And it is already going to work as that Datsun 510 pulls in front of that Volvo drift car. Down over the ski jump he goes. He gets a pretty good amount of air, lands it smooth, down across the finish line. Is he gonna do the same thing as the blue wagon? But nope, he lands it. He sticks on the track, does not kill anybody. Porsche Panamera rolls across the finish line, and so does the Volvo drift car. I had high hopes for that Volvo drift car. That is a super treasure hunt. Well, not that one, but that is the main line of the super treasure hunt. And I really like that color. I like that wagon, but he is holding up the pack out there. Audi RS2 out in front. Those cars are also known to be doing good. And the Porsche Panamera takes the inside on the RS2 and takes the lead. He goes down over the jump, clean. The RS2 is spinning around backwards, giving this race to the Porsche Panamera. Coming down across the finish line, he does a 50-50 tail slide across the railing and crosses the finish line for 4 points. And here comes the Datsun wagon across the finish line for 1 point. 2 points. Where'd the Volvo go? Holy shnikes, where'd the Volvo go? All right, folks. We rotate again. The RS2 is out front, but not until that turn. Down over the jump they go. Porsche out front early, just a little bit over the jump. Porsche still edges out the RS2 as they go down over the dip jump. Porsche going so fast, he flies off the track. Can RS2 make a move? RS2 tries to make a move on the outside. Does he make it by? We find out. Pushing. Come on, baby. Pushes, yes! He pushes his way through, and the Datsun pushes his way right to that man's face. And he broke his lens. He broke his camera lens and the filter on it. And now the filter's stuck to the end of the lens. He can't get it off. He's gonna have to send it back to Sony to get repaired. That's unfortunate for that man. Luckily, he comes with backup equipment. And he's back there at the finish line, rooting these people on, trying to take these good action shots. I'm gonna ask him for his film because these guys still shoot film because this is, of course, pre-digital era. Porsche Panamera crosses the finish line in first place and takes 4 more points. And what does that mean for the score? That guy's not moving on, I'll tell you that. That thing sucked. With 13 points, the RS2 moves on and the Porsche Panamera Turbo S moves on. Those are 2 good cars. Those are going to be great here in the round 2 battle with the BMW wagon and the Datsun 510 in blue. On the other side of the bracket, we have a beautiful silver RS2, followed by a Mercedes-Benz CLA shooting brake. I don't know what that means in Mercedes world, but that's what it is. And then we have a Nissan Maxima drift car. And again, for you American lovers, we have a Chevrolet Chevelle SS wagon in yellow. And that thing has a big, wide, squared off body, and something tells me that Chevelle is not gonna do good. Who is gonna do good though is this RS2, but he just blew it. Back left tire up on the curb. He flips up over as that curb gets higher as it enters the turn. The Volvo drift wagon in reverse, passing the Mercedes-Benz. The Chevelle up on 2 wheels. He's able to save it. Can the Chevelle push by across the finish line? We have Volvo, Mercedes, Chevelle, and no RS2. The RS2 was unfortunately unable to slide itself across the finish line. After the races to go, the Mercedes pushes that Audi out front early. But the Maxima wagon is fast, more aerodynamic than that RS2. Will he be able to catch him as he enters that last turn? Here comes the Maxima. Here comes the RS2. Down across the finish line, it's RS2, Maxima, Mercedes, and... hey, the Chevelle makes it. Sliding on his roof, the Chevelle makes it and puts some more points on the board. We have the Maxima drift car out front with 7 points as we go into the 3rd race. He is out front early, getting pushed by that RS2. Something tells me it's going to be a battle between the RS2 and the Maxima drift car. RS2 spins around. Can the Chevelle get by? No, the Chevelle cannot get by because the Chevelle is a wide mother trucker. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. Sometimes when you're commentating and you just go, my mouth gets dry. And I can't pause. There's no pause button on my screen. It's go. It's the Chevelle's turn to put some points on the board. Does he have enough? Can he put enough on the board? RS2 pushing that Mercedes. That Mercedes-Benz is looking good and fast, but something tells me he's only fast because the RS2 is literally pushing him. Here comes the Chevelle getting by the RS2. Chevelle looks like he almost went off the track. Down across the finish line, it's going to be Mercedes, Chevy, Audi, and Maxima Drift. Moving on with 10 points, it's the Mercedes-Benz and the Maxima Drift car. Unfortunately, that RS2 had too many oopsies on the track and was unable to perform. Ooh, we have a Matchbox moving parts. Porsche Taycan GTS Sport Turismo. And then, folks, we have a Volkswagen custom square body. And then yet another teal Audi RS2. And last but not least, the beautiful Volvo 850 Estate. It's French for estate. They're out of there. I'm not sure how this Matchbox moving parts car is going to do, but it's a Porsche, and I'm cheering it on because it's a Porsche. He's out in front, RS2. Man, those RS2s are not doing good here on the Tiny Track Cars Open Circuit today. You'd think that Porsche is moving fast, but if you look at how much air he got over that little ski jump, it was just about none. So maybe he's just faster. Maybe this is just a slow group. And the Volvo 850 is clearly just out here to get the groceries and get home and not in a hurry at all. Into turn 1 they go, the Porsche out front, but the RS2 surges ahead into turn number 2. Who's gonna hit the jump first? It's the RS2, yeah! RS2 putting some gaps on the rest of the pack. It's the, whoa, man, the cameraman hits a post. The gimbal goes wild. The gimbal's flying. Good thing we're gonna cut to the finish line cam here because the gimbal is all goofed up. The 850 Estate passes the RS2 in reverse. I think the RS2 saw the cameraman get whacked by a post and threw him off. He spun around and was unable to hold out his first position, giving 4 points to the Volvo 850 Estate. RS2 out in front. Can the Volvo come back into turn number 2? He's got the inside. Nope. RS2 over the jump first. It seems to be the RS2 game out here. RS2 show. RS2 tootin' bootin'. RS2 is tootin' bootin' down the finish line. Down across the finish line he goes. Over the finish line jump. He makes it and he gets 4 points. And here comes the Volvo 850 and he gets 3 points. And then the Porsche gets 2 points. And then the Volkswagen gets 1. And then we're gonna go right in the, okay, enough of that. In the race number 4 they go. Who's keeping track of the points? I didn't even see it. I was so focused on that goofy voice I was making, which kind of sounded a little bit like Cousin Ricky, but not actually Cousin Ricky at all. But that's the first thing that came to mind. Can the Volvo, man, these cars are bumping off of each other, and they all seem to be going very slow, but the Volvo takes it. Did the Volkswagen cut off? Okay, we have an Audi RS2 moving on, one of the 3 in this tournament, and the Volvo 850 Estate moving on. We hop back over to the left side of the bracket, which is clearly the more exciting side of the bracket. Who made these pairings? Me, and they're all random, so stink it, suck it, Trebek. I tried to think of a word that wasn't suck it, and I said stink. Oh, I'm not sure which is actually better. This is not a kid's channel, folks. But if you're a kid watching, thank you for watching. I try to keep it as clean as possible, but just know this is an adult diecast racing channel because us adults, we're just big children. At least I am. Because I'm playing with little cars. All right, as we watch round number 2 in this group, I just want to take a pause. You guys can watch the cars go down the track, and I just want to express my gratitude to everyone who watches my channel. I love this stuff. As you can see with the room here, I love collecting Hot Wheels. I love the racing. I love just having a fun time with this, diecast racing. And it's just really exciting for me to be able to like run these cars on the track and get to record it and show an audience who is a community that is growing and growing and growing. And I love seeing the people every week coming back and people playing the Diecast Racing League. Thank you for trusting me with the Diecast Racing League. We know it is a little bit buggy right now, but I will be building a full dedicated web app for the Diecast Racing League. The first one here was kind of like a beta to test out the proof of concept, to make sure people were interested in it before I spent too much money on building the real one out. So it's time. We've established that people really like the Diecast Racing League at tinytrackcars.com, and we're going to be building out a full-blown web app with lots of cool features. So stay tuned for that really stinking soon. And I'm not sure who that was flying off the track. It looked like the Mercedes-Benz. Who was that? The 3 Series? It went by in a big black blur of blurness, and I didn't even get to see it. But there he is on the floor if you look in the background. But yeah, just thank you. Thank you for everyone to watching this, and you watching just fuels me to keep going and creating more awesome content and improving and doing better, which is also improving. It's the same thing. Improving and doing better. Yeah, so thank you. I appreciate you more than you actually know. All right, we slide to the right-hand side of the bracket for group number 2. We have a Volvo, we have a Maxima, we have a Maxima, a Mercedes, and a Audi RS2, and a Volvo 850 Estate. The Mercedes-Benz spins around. Will the Maxima be able to push by? Maxima trying to get by, runs into the side of the Mercedes. Mercedes-Benz takes race number 1 with the Maxima coming in second. RS2 in third, and the Volvo 850 Estate gets a big chunky goosey egg. Are goose eggs up in price like chicken eggs? I haven't really priced out any goose eggs, but the price of eggs these days is ridiculous. This is my I don't actually care, but I'm plugging some current events in here to stay relevant. So how about them egg prices? Folks, all right, Mercedes-Benz across the finish line from first. There's the Volvo. There's the RS2. And did we have another DNF? Nope. Here comes the Audi. I mean, the Volts Volvo. It's the Volkswagen Volvo. All right, Mercedes with 4 points in both the first races. He's looking good on the scoreboard. He is right behind the RS2, which is also quick. Those two cars will probably get the outside and down to the jump first. Yep, I called it. The Mercedes-Benz trying to make a move on the RS2, but the RS2 hogging the track. Mercedes-Benz again trying to take the inside on the RS2, now trying to take the outside. Now the rest of the pack pushes them. Who's going to come across the finish line first? It's a big cluster bomb. It's the RS2, Maxima, Mercedes, and then the Volvo, which is not doing very good at all. I think the Mercedes-Benz might have the finals clinched here, but anything can happen. I'm not good at math. I can't add that fast. I didn't think that Maxima was going to be that good on this track because that very low, very wide, very long front fascia thing it's got going on there for aerodynamics. But the way Spoolheads, Rusted Spoolheads, has designed this track, basically any car can run on it. So if you want a track like this, whether it's this big, whether it's smaller, whether it's a drag track, go to spoolheads.com and use code TTC, like Tiny Truck Cars, but TTC, and you will get 5% off your order. You'll get 5% off any order. If you go back and order a connector, use TTC. If you order a full track, TTC. Start gate, TTC. Finish line timer, TTC. Just keep using TTC, and you'll keep getting 5% off all of your orders forever. All right, this is the finals. And holy cannoli, the Porsche Panamera is going extremely fast and too fast for this track, it looks like. It is on its roof. The Datsun 510 is on its roof. The Porsche Panamera will cross the finish line in first on its roof. The Datsun 510 on its side, barely crossing the finish line. The Maxima coming in, and the Mercedes-Benz, oh no, gets a big fat DNF. That's a Matchbox. You love to see Matchbox do good out here. But that one didn't do good. He blew it. He made it to the finals, but he's going to blow it looks like. Datsun 510 with the FTEs. No extra weight added. I actually built that car just to practice drift track that I was working on that never made it alive. But I still got some cool FTEs on that car. Mercedes-Benz blows it again as he barely rolls over that finish line straight jump. It's the tie for first place between the Datsun 510 wagon and the Porsche Panamera. It looks like it might be one of those two becoming victorious in the end, but still the Maxima is fast. He is getting pushed by the Panamera. Maxima over the jump. Panamera right behind him. Panamera pushing hard. Panamera on the inside. Can't get by. Panamera is going to try to take the outside. Take the inside. Outside, inside, outside. Now here comes the Mercedes. Down across the finish line jump. It's the Maxima, Panamera, and the Mercedes-Benz. And oh my, oh, that Datsun just can't keep it on the track. He injures 3 more people. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more people. And then maybe someone else got injured because one person flew into another person, and these guys are made of metal. They're real hard, so someone probably blew the guy's knee out or something. Panamera out front with 10 points, and he is out front in this pack. Folks, where did this speed come from? Oh no, he's on his roof. Does this mean the Panamera is out of it, or is he going to be able to pass down 3/4 of the track in reverse? The Datsun 510 looks like he might get on the outside. The Datsun 510 is the only car that might have a chance at beating this Porsche Panamera. But he pushes him. Over the ski jump they go. Can anyone get by him? Down across the finish line. The Panamera on its roof. Here comes the Datsun 510. Datsun 510 reverse passes. Mercedes-Benz passes as well. And tie. It's a tie. It's the finals. We have a tie. And we go into a sudden death, folks. And because the Datsun got more first place finishes, he takes the better lane, which is the far lane, but I don't think that's gonna matter. That Porsche Panamera is just too fast out there. Oh, ouch! Oh, ow! Really? Ouch. Whoa. We've never seen that happen, folks. He went from one side of the track to the other side of the track in the air off a post, giving race number 1 to the Datsun 510. This is the best of 3. The Porsche Panamera still has a chance at coming back. He's clearly the faster car, but if he can't keep that car on the track, he will lose. Oh, it looks like the Datsun 510. I'm not sure what happened, but he flew off the track in that third turn after the jump, giving this race to the Porsche Panamera. I don't know what that was, but it was kind of cool, so we're gonna go roll with it and leave it in there. Panamera putting on a show out there. However, that Datsun 510, whoa, the same thing as race number 1? Nope. He's able to save it. He's able to survive. And the Porsche Panamera, I keep saying it. I can't say it. Porsche. Hold your tongue and say it 10 times fast. Say apple by holding your tongue. Don't tell your parents. And it's the Porsche Panamera who takes the win in this one. And folks, if you want to see more of our videos, click that rectangle right in the middle of your screen, and we'll see you in the next one.